And like, what are some of the things we should be doing as Muslims about this conflict war that's happening, this genocide? If you can enlighten us. I'm sure we do know, but I think the reminder is important.
It's a very good question. Yes, we will have victory, inshallah. How will we reach that victory? We don't know. How long it will take? We don't know. How much will we have to sustain before that happens? We don't know. The details of these kinds of situations are only with Allah. We only know what Allah has given to us in authentic information. And there's a lot of information for this time that is inauthentic and opposing each other. And I'll get back to that later on. Remind me to talk about that in the end if I don't get to that point myself. So the authentic information is that we will be victorious. Anyone coming and saying, well, I know we will be victorious in this specific way, or we will not be victorious in that specific way, you have to ask them, where is the authentic information for that? And many times people come with a lot of explanations on their own, just educated guesses, because they're trying to make sense of the situation, and then we find that actually does not pan out. And it's not like they're trying to change the deen. They're just trying to understand and trying to make sense of the situation. But in reality, the full knowledge of every situation is only with Allah. So we look to Him, we take what He gave us, and we leave off what He didn't give us. And yes, we will be victorious. Yes, this will end. Yes, Israel will not be Israel at some point. It will happen. As for what we can do, the more we apply this, the more intense we apply this particular advice I'm going to give, and the more of us that do it, would bring about a greater and faster response to our situation. And that is to be sincere to Allah, to increase in our sincerity. It was because we left Allah that we are in this state. Nothing else. Nothing else. It's because we left our own deen, we left our own understanding of our religion, and we adopted the ways and methods of other people. And this is why we are in the state we are in today. And the cure for this situation is what brought us to this situation to begin with. If it is because we left Allah and our deen, then returning back to Allah and our deen is what will solve the situation. No new methods. And I understand people say, talk to the politicians and, do this and so on and so forth. Yeah, I understand. But the reality is, you see, as Muslims, there is the life that you see around you, the life that is tangible and so on, and the methods and steps that people take that they are used to, that they advise each other because they don't know any other way. And then there is the life that Muslims are aware of, the one that we have connections with Allah, and He causes things to happen in a way that is befitting and with blessings for us. It's that we want to invoke. We want to bring about change in that kind of life, in that kind of situation. Not the political situation, not the, go out in the streets and bang drums and play music and, mix with men and women. And, within that is disobedience to Allah. So how can that be the method to solution of being away from Allah to begin with? So someone will say, well, it works. I contacted my politician. I got there. They changed things and things got easier for Muslims here and there. And so what you're saying, doesn't really make sense to me because I can see tangible, real life change. Yeah. But that's not the change we're looking for. We're looking for the change to come from above, from Allah. a change that is full of blessings, a change that is lasting, a change in which we are not in need of creation to maintain. We're not begging people. We are independent of people. And Allah brings about the success. We're not asking the people for success. And so becoming sincere to Allah and going back to the foundations and making sure the very pillars that we have that are given to us, making sure that we're making wudu properly, making salah properly, being the best version of a Muslim that we can possibly be, and making dua to Allah to ease the situation for the people who are suffering in Gaza and all around the world, and to give success to the Muslims, however he sees fit. This is the key to ending our oppression around the world. Because it can only be from Allah. It cannot be from anyone else. If Allah does not give us the success, it doesn't matter what any politician will do. We will not have that success. And if he wants us to have success, all the politicians can stand against us. So ultimately, it's our relationship with him. And the more we foster that in the ways that we can, the greater our capacity to reach the success. And because we are now starting in a path of, political endeavors and political change, it might be a while before we come to realize that didn't work. There was a time when people were getting very, very political when Trump was running first for president. And people were thinking that we need to stand up and we need to stop him from getting into office and so on and so forth. And I said to the people around me, and I posted it on Facebook as well, and I said, don't get political, get spiritual. This is not a time to get political. It's a time to ask Allah, if you feel that the Muslims' lives are in danger, who gave life? We just read this ayah. Who is it that gave life, and who is it that can give death? If we truly, really believe this, when the people are dying and we want the deaths to stop, why do we go to people? Isn't it him that gives life and causes death? So we must return back to the basics of our deen and understand that everything that we see here, everything that is going on around us, is a representation of our relationship with Allah. And the more we fix it, the greater our concern is for our relationship with Allah, the better our situation will become. So until we realize this, I think we will have a situation that we will continue to make decisions with what's in front of us, rather than going back to the deen and seeing what it is that Allah wants from us. Unfortunately, it seems like, Allahu A'lam, I don't know. But from experience and from understanding what I understand, it seems like it will take some time for the people to come back to Allah and to leave off what they know is not correct. There are sisters out there protesting. Yes, seeing the masses in the streets and so on helps change the narrative. But they know they're not supposed to be mixing with men. They know they're supposed to be wearing hijab. They know they're not supposed to be wearing makeup. They know they're not supposed to be doing certain things. Yet they throw their deen aside for the cause of saving Muslims' lives. It kind of seems like it's disjointed and it doesn't make sense. And until we start to walk a straight path, a path that is pleasing to Allah, until then, I think we must strive within ourselves.